Hello everyone, Sue from Pokisatami here. In this video, we are going to start looking at Pokemon codenames that were sourced through data mines, translating the Japanese names, and finally discussing what all this information means. Hidden within the data of Pokemon games, Pokemon are listed using different codenames, rather than the names that we know them by. These codenames are used during the developmental process of the games. They tend to be a lot more literal and straightforward. Pokemon games also have codenames that they are referred to among the developmental circle. In this video, we will be looking at the codenames for the games. This will be a mini-series, so in upcoming videos, we will be looking at the codenames for Pokemon as well. But anyway, let's dive in. Black and White's codename is Shachi. Shachi is the Japanese word for orca, also known as killer rails. A rail that has both black and white colorization. The codename for Black and White too is Swan, once again black and white. X and Y's codename is Kujira. Kujira means rail in Japanese. Unlike Shachi, it does not refer to any particular breed of rail, but rails as a whole. Perhaps this codename was chosen in order to represent the massive undertaking and the goals that the devs wanted to achieve within X and Y. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire have the codename Sango. Sango is the Japanese word for coral. The codename makes sense if you're looking at Alpha Sapphire, because of course coral needs to be in the ocean to survive, but it doesn't make as much sense for Omega Ruby. Sun and Moon goes by the codename Niji. Niji is rainbow in Japanese. Perhaps this codename was chosen to fill out the sky and to represent the color of the world between the light of the sun and the dark of the moon. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon has the codename Momiji. Momiji is the Japanese word for falling autumn leaves. I can't quite think of a reason why this name would make sense for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. The next few games all have English codenames. Beluga for the Let's Go games, I'm pretty sure it's a type of rail. Orion for Sword and Shield, Orion is a constellation. And the codename for Sword and Shield's DLC is Rigel, which is a star in the Orion constellation. And Delphis for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. The codename for Pokemon Legends Arceus is Hayabusa. Hayabusa has several meanings. The first being the Japanese name for a breed of falcon. The second being a high-speed train service, operating between Tokyo and Shin Aomori. And lastly, the motorcycle, Suzuki Hayabusa. The codename for Scarlet and Violet is Titan. Although it seems like a better fit for Sun and Moon, it's likely referring to the terrestrial Pokemon battled in raid dens. And lastly, the Scarlet and Violet Part 1 DLC, the Teal Mask, has the codename Sudachi. Sudachi are a Japanese citric fruit, not too different from lemons or yuzu. That's all we have for this video. Compared to the other videos that will be in this mini-series, this one is pretty short, as it's just covering the game codenames. I can promise the next videos covering the Pokemon codenames will be a lot heavier. But until then, thank you so much for watching. It's time to say bye bye, mata ne!